The province's proof of vaccination system will come into effect tomorrow. The vaccine certificate system, as you know, is to incentivize everyone to get their shots. And, if you really want your shot, you might not be able to do this or that. You might not be able to go to a gym. You might not be able to go work out, go and dine indoors if you don't have your vaccines. So hopefully this will prevent another lockdown and protect the capacity of hospitals to care for patients. Dr. Shubnam Preet Kaur is a forensic document examiner with DocuFraud Canada. It's a Toronto-based company, and she joins the show to talk about how likely we are or how easy it is to forge vaccine certificates. Welcome to the program. Good to have you on.
Hi, thank you.
So we are going to have to, until October 22nd, when we get our QR code, we're going to have to go online and download either our vaccine receipt, which is in PDF form, and carry it around with us, or we'll have to print off a copy of our vaccine receipt or the last receipt we received when we got our second dose. Do you have any fears of these documents being tampered with?
Oh, well, that's correct that we need to download the documents in a form of PDF, and then we need to get the printout of this PDF document, and then we need to show this document at various public places wherever we are going from tomorrow onwards. So the thing is that these documents, the PDF documents, the printouts that we get, they're very easy to manipulate. Like, people have been doing this. Basically, the people who doesn't believe in getting shots, COVID shots. So they don't have any other option left. So some of them, what they are doing, they are just downloading the PDF document, and then they are altering these documents and falsifying the information in those documents, and then getting the printout and then using them.
Right. So they're basically doing the equivalent online as to what people used to do with the old X-Acto knife to the driver's license and changing the dates back in the day. So they're falsifying what's going on these passports. I mean, I think that the government is saying, look, don't worry, this isn't going to happen en masse. But how long does it take to manipulate with software PDF?
Oh, well, I think not more than 5 to 10 minutes to...
Whoa.
Yes, you just have to download the PDF, and then there are a number of editing softwares available online, and you can just download them, and then you can just make the changes wherever you need. So it won't take, I think, more than 5 to 10 minutes to change the information in the document and then getting a printout. So this thing is happening a lot, and it's causing a lot of problems.
Okay, so how are business owners going to spot someone with a bogus certificate? Is it almost impossible, or are there things that you should be looking out for?
Well, some of the things they can look at when they are actually seeing the documents, because they are actually the laymen, so they really don't know how to find different kind of abnormalities in these kind of documents. So what exactly they can go for? They can these are some of the basic things that they can look in the document, the printout copies that they have. For example, they can look at the font size. They can look at the shape of the letters. They can look at the alignment. And some of these things that they can look to verify if the document is genuine or not. Apart from this, I don't think there is anything else that they can make sure that the document is not altered. So these are. So,
in your opinion, if you're a business owner listening right now, and you're going to have somebody stationed at the door to check these vaccine receipts that the government has issued in PDF form, would you recommend that they have an actual valid receipt with them so they can do a little comparison? Put the PDF beside this valid one and take a look and look for changes in font size, font style, spacing, and things.
That's the preliminary examination. That's the examination that a layman can do. So they can actually compare the two documents. And sometimes what happens that the person who is manipulating the document, he doesn't have this thing in his mind, and because finding the exact font size is sometimes become a little, difficult. So what the person tries to do, he just finds a little bit close appearance of that kind of font. So that's the very first thing that you can take, that you can look in a document like that. So these are the preliminary examinations that a layman can make. And if there are any other editings done to the document, then you need a professional to examine the document.
Right. And we don't have time for that. I mean, that's not going to happen at the door of a restaurant or a gym.
Yes.
You said that the province could prevent fraud by relying on QR codes at the start of the certificate program. Did they have enough room and runway from announcing the vaccine certificate program to develop the QR code for each of us to attach to our vaccine receipt? Or is that something that's a little more difficult?
Oh, well, I would really suggest that QR code should actually take over the vaccine certificates that are being provided to us in a form of a paper document. Because the QR code is actually much harder to falsify unless a person has a very advanced knowledge in coding or very proficient computer skills. And that too is the percentage is very low even in that case. So I think that preferring QR code over the normal paper documents is more advisable to eliminate any kind of frauds or forgery being conducted on these documents.
It makes sense in theory, but if you can't read the QR code with the proper app, where you have no way of telling what those squiggles mean in that little box.
Oh, well, those are actually those black and white squares. Typically, they are used for storing the URLs and other information.
Sure, but you have to be able to read it.
Sorry?
You have to be able to read it.
Oh, well, so the thing is that, that's the thing that I'm trying to say, that those, you cannot read those black and white squares. So that's the information that is automatically stored. The information about the doctor or your name or whether you got the shot or not, right? So that kind of information is stored automatically in the form of URLs. So you cannot manipulate those dots. So I think the QR code is a better. I would say that a QR code should be opted over the paper documents.
Right, and until we won't get our QR code until October the 22nd, when the next phase of the vaccine certificate program starts. Is there any part of you that would be worried about going to a restaurant or a gym knowing that it's pretty easy to manipulate a PDF of the vaccine receipt?
Oh, well, I think, yes, it is a problematic situation here. But then again, so far, people have been responsibly, they're administering the doses. So, yes, it is a problem. So there isn't anything else we can do here. We need to wait till October 22nd till we get the QR codes. And I think things will be much easier and better.
Yeah. We won't have to deal with any kind of cases of possible fraudulent documents. Dr. Carr, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate your time today.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
Dr. Shabnam Preet Kaur is a forensic document examiner with DocuFraud Canada.